Good morning, Misty. Yeah, I'm a little late. Thank goodness they're still loud. Oh, Misty, you'll get this. It was one of those sleep an hour and a half, wake up for an hour. Sleep an hour and a half, wake up for an hour. Good morning, Dragon. So nice to see you. I was watching that cardinal that had landed on the air conditioning unit. When it took off, I hope it flew in front of the camera. Oh, thank you. And for those interested, today's coffee, well, you can see it's black and white. Can't see much else. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. Now it's focused on the screen instead of the trees. Let's see if we can trick that into going back. There we go. That's a little better. Mugshot, yeah. Got up, saw the light coming through the window. It's like, oh, I'm late. The phone battery was just about dead. So I had to move things around to get to the cable to plug up to the phone so it'd last a while and not go dead. It's already 52 degrees. Six amazing people. Seven amazing people. Michael Haywood. Excuse me for being so late saying good morning to you. Michael, I hope you're at Moggs tonight because I want to pick your brain. You and Moggs. I have an idea. I need a long fishing pole. Doesn't have to support much weight, but it needs to be a rod and reel, and the longer the better, and on a budget. the count's going up and down, up and down. I wonder if people are having trouble staying connected. Or we got somebody teasing out there. I was kind of hoping the staring deer would show up. Hassan, good morning. Good afternoon for you, probably. Misty, the raccoons like to be a little closer to water than what my property is. If I saw one around here, I'd be a little worried they had rabies. Raccoons have trouble swallowing, and it looks like they're washing their food, but what they're really doing is getting it wet so they can eat it more easily. The neighbor, the neighbor hasn't mowed yet, and there's one blade of grass that's got a drop of dew on it. It's in just the perfect position to reflect the sunlight over to me, and the breeze is causing it to flash like Morse code. That's just funny. Misty, what are you doing this morning? Are you making coffee or opening something up? Uh, I don't know. It depends. I've got some work I've got to do here. Got some yard work to do. I'm in that window where I should be changing the oil in the truck before too much longer. Since you're having coffee, cheers. I've got to get tags for the truck. I've got to pay the taxes, get it inspected. So now that I think about it, the truck needs a lot of attention this month. And I need to change the oil before I drive down to the zoo. I was thinking about it, and I'm on a video driving down Richard Petty Expressway. I would do it live, but never know when the cell signal's going to drop out. And I want the quality to be really good. I'm kind of picky about photo quality. Are you saying I'm an animal? But I am among a lot of friends at the zoo. Last night I was running through my mind whether to do one continuous video of the entire trip in landscape or just do a video short at each display. The zoo is big enough. If you take more than just a couple of minutes at each exhibit, it's difficult to do in one day. Yes, I did. I liked the Knoxville Zoo, and they have a reciprocation policy with the North Carolina Zoo. I got in at a greatly reduced rate. I just the most expensive part of going to that zoo is they made me pay for parking. I've got lots of photos of the Knoxville Zoo. I didn't have a clue I'd be doing videos on YouTube. I checked this morning, and knock on wood, if two more people subscribe, it'll be 1,500 subscribers, which that's in YouTube language. In my language, it's 1,500 friends and family. Good morning, Shinri. I like the big cats. I like all the animals. As long as they're behind glass, I like the snakes to look at them. They had one snake on the exhibit there at the Knoxville Zoo, and it looked to be a cross between a copperhead and a rattlesnake. And I mean, it was just relentlessly trying to find a way out of the cage. It was in constant motion, going to every corner, every edge of the cage. Oh, Shinri, please let Onan know that it's no big deal that he doesn't speak much English. I don't speak much Tagalog. 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 Yeah. See, I can't even pronounce that right. Well, like I said, only at a distance. I know several people that play with them and everything, but I look at it like this. A snake has two ways to communicate. It can coil up around your arm or whatever and squeeze, or it can bite. So you got a 50-50 chance you're going to get bit. And I don't like those odds. If a black snake comes in my yard and it does not touch the house, it can go about its merry way. If a poisonous snake gets in my yard, it is one step away from meeting its maker. Shinri was in a talkative mood yesterday. She talked for 30 minutes before she sang a song. Do you have any poisonous snakes in Japan? And here, most snakes are shy, shall we say, except for copperheads. Copperheads are territorial. You walk up where it thinks that you're in its territory, it will come after you. Here in North Carolina, down toward the coast, you have to worry about cottonmouth, which is a black water snake that's poisonous. And there's a little bitty sliver of land right on the North Carolina South Carolina line. We have a coral snake, which is bright color stripes, red, yellow, and black. And they are poisonous, but you pretty much got to pick them up because their mouths are so small. And like I said, it's just a little patch of land where they are. Then all over the state, we got copperheads and rattlesnakes. I don't either, Shinri. I don't like them. I enjoy studying them and looking at them because, hiking out in the woods, I want to know what to look for and know their habits. Because most of the time I'm in the woods by myself. And get out into some of the places I go and nobody goes there. I mean, it might be months before somebody walks by and finds me. Down in South Carolina, I saw some snakes that was laying across the road. They were as long as the road was wide. And that's a big snake. When I was living in Columbia, South Carolina, there was a guy who stepped out into his backyard. He saw something in the tree in his backyard. And then he saw another one and another one. And then he realized it wasn't three, it was just one. It was an 18-foot snake. That's about 6 meters, Shinri. Could you imagine a 6-meter snake in your backyard? Shinri, did you get your vitamins? And we do hope you feel better. We'll be praying for you. People in Florida had pet uh, pythons and snakes like that, and when they got too much to care for them, they let them go out in the wild. So there's a thriving population in Florida, and they're moving north. I don't either. But you know, a 6-meter snake, they like to get up high in a tree and drop down on you. And the reason that I tolerate black snakes and king snakes and along those lines is they eat mice. They do a good service. The other snakes can eat mice too, but they need to do it at a distance, preferably about half a mile to a mile. Well, let's hope you never see one. Let's hope none of us ever see one of those out in the wild. Misty, there's a good chance that eventually, I don't know how far north in Tennessee, but there's a chance that some of those larger snakes might migrate up into Tennessee. I think they would avoid the mountains because it does get way too cold in the mountains for them. But Columbia, South Carolina, that's pretty far north. We don't want you collapsing for any reason. So for right now, all of the big snakes are in the Knoxville Zoo and not out in public, I think, as far as constrictors go. At one time, at the museum in Raleigh, they had on display a 12-foot rattlesnake. It was very well fed. South Carolina had coyotes, and anybody who had a deer accidentally get hit by a car in their yard would have a coyote problem. And you know, a coyote around little kids is a bad thing. So they made it legal to kill one in your yard. Excuse me, unalive. And I need to know, the habits of animals like that because I'm in eastern Tennessee also, trouncing around the mountain. Seven amazing people. Well, they have, at least the last time I was at the zoo, which has been a year or two now, they have a mountain lion family there. But again, they are in natural habitat, in you know cases and everything, displays, whatever you want to call it. So they're not always easily seen. But if I see one, I'll get video and post it. I'm allergic to cats, but trust me, if I could do it in a safe way, I would just go crazy to pet a lion, a tiger, a cougar, especially cougars. I don't know why, but I really like cougars. Cougar mountain lion. And there's arguments all the time whether or not there are cougars in our mountains. Most people say they've been hunted to extinction in our mountains, but others say they're there. Henry Nelson, Henry, young man, so good to see you. I, I hope you're getting some good rest with that new bed and everything's going smooth for you. Yes. Well, here comes the paraglider. Oh, I was going to say a few minutes ago, you guys have spoiled me. Having coffee on the back porch is always relaxing, but with you guys, it's relaxing and fun. Yeah, Henry, I've had it down to 60 degrees in the house at night. Then I close it up during the day and it doesn't get overly warm. Moggs, Michael Haywood was here a while ago. I think I was too slow in responding to him. But Moggs, I need your advice. I need a long fishing pole, rod and reel. Doesn't have to handle a lot of weight, 2 pounds or less. And I need it inexpensive. If you'd be thinking on that and let me know tonight on your show, I would greatly appreciate it. Roger Blair, good morning. Just before you guys came in, I was saying how spoiled I am right now. I enjoy relaxing morning coffee, but you guys make it so much fun. It'll be a surprise, Misty. After talking about Cootie Brown's restaurant in Johnson City last week, it was all I could do Sunday not to drive over and have lunch there. But I was good. I just went over to the mountain, hiked around, got that good cliff video. Cheap, cost effective. Because I'm not going to use it for fishing. I have another use for it. But it needs to be rod and reel. And like I said, the longer the better. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just needs to basically function. Roger Blair, buddy, good to see you here too. He must have had a problem because I don't hear him anymore. The Loch Ness Monster. Now that's a fun topic. Since I was since I started grade school and heard about the Loch Ness Monster and Yeti, I've always been fascinated with those. And after I read a book, Search for a Living Fossil, it's like, yeah, they could be around. Because everybody thought that fish had been extinct for 10,000 years. And then they started catching them off the coast of Africa. Shinri, I hope you feel better. If you don't go live, rest, take care of yourself. Do one of those silent lives that so many are so uh, fond of. I can't do one of those. I want the birds to be singing. Ten amazing people. John P. Adventures. Good afternoon, John P. Are you still on vacation? Oh, thanks a lot, Marks. I don't know. I don't think I'd be bored with Stevie B around. I know, Marks. No big deal. Do you have clients today, or you just going in and do preventative cleanup maintenance stuff? Oh, John P's on vacation. You know, it's a funny thing in my life. I either have time to go places with no money, or I have money and no time to go places. That's okay, Moggs. If I win the lottery, I'm coming down there and bugging you face to face. You'll get tired of looking down at me. I think Moggs is like 6'2", 6'3". I'm 5'6" and a change. I've started to shrink. One family member used to be like an inch and a half taller than me, and now they're easily 3 inches shorter than me. I'm trying to stay active to avoid such things happening. 6'4", okay. I used to work with a guy, he was my supervisor. He was 6'4", and oh, he was so much fun to work with. You know, some people are good at math, some people are good at English. He was excellent at both, had a sense of humor, could talk about Frank Zappa, uh, upper management often had to tell us to reel it in. We were having too much fun. We worked in maintenance, and we were always joking that our job was putting out fires. Well, one day he comes in and he's got this toy fireman's hat, and it's got a red light and a siren. So when we get a call to a major breakdown, we throw on the hat and the siren and the light and go quickly out to the problem. For some reason, management did not like that. Well, John, that puts you a little taller than me. I'm not kidding when I say I'm a little old mountain man. Mm, I'm not sure about yoga. I like stretching, but I had fun with the Wii, Nintendo Wii, when doing the yoga on the balance pad. That was fun. Whoa. Yep, that's what I do, Roger. More than anything else. Push my lawnmower and walk up and down the mountains. I'm gonna rinse the coffee pot out. I'll be right back. somebody just popped in and popped out. They popped back in. Misty, is there a get around for the parking fees over, like at the sinks and places like that? Because the last time I was over there, I was only there for 2 days, so I just bought a parking ticket each day. And I wonder how, I need to find that out. Find out how big the area is that you gotta have one of those tickets. Uh, I am not an expert, Moggs, so those are the criteria that I need to get. The like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to support a lot of weight, 2 pounds at the most, and needs the rod and reel needs to function, and the longer the better. And you and Mike and Michael are the three best experts that I know. I mean, if I picked up one used, that would be fine too. I just need to know what to look for. I mean, I just thought of that last night. I haven't even been to Wally World to check out what they have. Just brainstorming. I was thinking of that while I was thinking of the next Sasquatch interview video. check those places out too. The GW, that place, I am becoming less of a fan than I used to be because they seem to be more interested in profits than helping people like they used to. Good morning, Sunflower Power. And thank you for all the kind words and comments for the videos. Each and every one of you. I appreciate y'all leaving such nice words. Lulu Bell, if you're lurking out there, happy birthday to your grandmother. I think her birthday's Friday. I hope she's still with us. That part I don't remember. Well, Roger, I, I, I think there's going to be 2 more interviews with that suggestion. Because I've pretty much got Fridays mapped out in my brain. Now I've got to get the clips of the different songs and create the questions so that the clips make sense. Sometimes I've got a couple of words from a song in my head and I have to come up with a question to fit the song. Sometimes I have a question and I have to find the words in a song to play. The first one, it only had like 130 views. The second one's getting close to 500, I think. It's 400 and some anyway. Add just something to have fun with. Exercise the old brain. Sharon had a comment over the first one that kind of set me down the correct path. And then Misty had a couple of really good questions. Sorry for the green. It's right behind the post. Watch this. I like it when they just stand there and then pop, go right over the fence. Makes my day too. I could see deer every day of the week and it wouldn't be enough. was another one. You see them? There they go. They were too small to jump the fence. Wow. Well, we were really lucky that they got to a spot where I could aim the camera and not have to worry too much about invading the neighbor's privacy. Well, that certainly made my day too. Seeing deer is always good, but catching them on video is even better. Amazing. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that cameo from the deer as much as I did. At about an hour and 30 some minutes into the video, if you want to go back and watch the deer. The that fence that the deer was walking along a couple of years ago, there was a doe, and she would bring her two fawns here, and she'd leave one at that fence line, and then she'd leave the other at the edge of my property back behind me here. So there was one on each side of my backyard, and they would just hang out there all day long. Yeah, I know. Well, Mogs, what do they call the pygmy alligators? I had the name on the tip of my tongue. Cayman? Is that the name of the little alligators? If they still have them at the zoo, I'll get video of them. Yeah, you got a lake behind your house. Oh, did the rain fill up the lake? Is it back to normal levels? Jeez. I wish we could send you some water because we got plenty. I went up to Torrey's Falls Sunday, and there was a family there uh, having a picnic. So I asked that if they heard me scream, call 911. Don't try to help me, just call 911. So I got a little closer to the edge than I would have if I was by myself. And it, the foliage was really too thick to see, but anybody who looks closely, they can see that I'm standing on a cliff next to a tree that is growing up out of the crevice. And it's a big tree. I don't know if I should post that video or not. Well, I'm careful. Like I said, I went closer to the edge since people were there than I would if I was by myself. I don't take quite the same chances that I took years ago. But there at Torrey's Falls, the rock outcroppings are jagged and rough. They're not smooth. On the good side, if they're not wet, they're not the least bit slick. On the bad side, if you was to slip and fall, it's going to hurt. It's almost 58 degrees. Sun is shining brightly. I see the little heads popping up over there. They're past the neighbor's yard now. I don't know why the battery was so low this morning. It was like 20%. Whoa. I was thinking that was their name, Cayman. Uh, I would have misspelled it, but they're at the zoo and they're small. I mean, they're like 5 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, something like that. Yeah, Moggs is in Florida. Moggs is a traveling man. He's been everywhere. I like watching the crocodile videos down in Australia. Those puppies will come 10 foot out of the water straight up. They hang a chicken on a line and they come up out of the water and snatch it. Oh, Misty, you should see the video Stevie B has. She didn't realize it when she took it, but there's this, it's mostly foliage and a fence, and you see something walking just on the other side of the fence. She didn't see it when she did the video, but I've watched that several times. It looks like a big panther, at least a panther. Since you like cats, big cats. If you have a chance, Misty, watch Moggs tonight, and he comes on at 9 o'clock. And if he was to type exclamation point ME, he'd drop his link. And you never know what conversation's going to go to on Moggs's channel. High probability it'll be fishing, but you never know where it'll end up. Stevie B, I was just talking about you. Good things, of course. Stevie, type exclamation point ME so Misty can go and look at that cat video that you took. Stevie, are you at work? Well, I hope you have a smooth day. if you're interested, Stevie, about an hour and 30 to an hour and 35 minutes into this live stream, we had deer come in the backyard, and they were in an area that I could point the camera at them. 54. Well, Stevie B will not be bored. Should I go buy stock in headache remedies? Oh, that can be really fun or not. Sunday, when I was hiking on the mountain, there was this family there, and they had their kids with them. One of the kids was probably about 9, 10 years old, and he was exceptionally great at maps. His mom said he studies maps, and I talked to him for a little bit, and he got on the subject of a compass and whatnot. And I had an old compass in my pocket because I was going to try to figure out what town I was seeing from the mountaintop, but it was too hazy for me to do it. So I set it down when they weren't looking, and I pointed it out to the mom. I said, "Look what you found," and she she halfway knew what was going on, but wasn't sure. And he got it. I saw him later in the park, and uh, she said that he was just over the moon, and that was just kind of a neat thing. I enjoy stuff like that. Anytime I can encourage, somebody in school to learn, that's a good day. You've got a few more minutes of before it gets cranked up. most kids are just interested in playing video games. I used to enjoy playing tennis. I don't know if my knees would take it these days. Could move fairly quick when I was 60 pounds lighter. My favorite was basketball. When I was in South Carolina, there was at one of the centers there was some serious pickleball people, but I never got interested in it. And I like playing tennis, badminton, basketball. I played on the school team, and I played in a league outside of school. Hmm. I have noticed quite a few places are selling pickleball equipment. I'm going to leave you guys with the bird song. I've got to go in and change into some work clothes and get started work here in a little bit. come back out the door, and there was the deer are walking back from where they originally came. I just caught a glimpse of them. John P., I hope your wife does not get sunburned. That's not a good thing. And now that you mention it, I'll probably need to put on a little sunscreen because I'm going to be out in the sun all day. I hope all of you have a great Tuesday. If you go to Moggs tonight, I'll probably see you there. I'm going to attempt to put the old phone into a case and kind of just leave it pointed up and see what gets in front of it. I'll probably do that late this afternoon so that the sun's not, shining in the lens. And just leave it running. And again, I appreciate every one of you for coming in. You just make my morning coffee so much better.